Okay, we are live. All right. Sorry, you guys, for getting out so late. I have been out of town. It's been a crazy couple of weeks, and I'm really having quite a bad day. I had a bad day on the last full moon too. Now I'm having a bad day on this one. So if you're a Capricorn, be prepared, um, because this full moon's going through my second house of money and finances, and I've had several fraud, credit card frauds. So hang in there. It's going to be a bumpy 2 weeks. But um, today, as of 9:36 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so not quite yet, we have the last supermoon of the year. This is also called the Sturgeon Moon, and this meaning comes from the annual full moon in August for its abundance of sturgeon caught in the Great Lakes of the United States. Now, this is not going to be a full moon to sneeze at. And what I mean by that is when the moon falls full in Aquarius, you can expect earth changes to follow suit. After all, Aquarius's ruling planet is Uranus, and this is where the earth comes alive with hurricanes, earthquakes, volcanoes, intense weather patterns, electrical storms, electricity. Aeronautics and space news always make the headlines too. And electronics usually act up at this time, so it is a good idea to have purchased all those items before the full moon. But do expect issues with them. And electricity, lightning, explosions, things like that will all fall under this energy. All right, hold on. Now let's not forget Saturn. This is the ruler of politics, and it's in Aquarius, which is rebellion and retrograde. So our government is going to be reviewing laws. It's going to take it slow and steady in reviewing those laws. They're going to be observant of the challenges faced. In the end, I do feel boundaries will be set in place for many of the radical outcomes these past few months. And I don't have to elaborate with you on what that is. I'm sure you watch the news and I'm sure you see what's going on. And like I said before, if you're okay with it, my page and my channel is not for you. We will hear about shocking news in the next few weeks, and even the strange and the bizarre make headlines as always. Not to worry or panic anyone, but this is the very same energy. I'm laying it out straight for you. This is the very same energy that brought the Mandalay Bay Hotel mass shooting back in 2007. Just be aware of your surroundings, okay? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but these are possibilities. Flying should be avoided, but if you have to fly, just purchase your tickets in the right stars. Now, my daughter flew out this morning. I had to drive her to Phoenix this morning, and I wasn't very happy about it. But she booked her tickets in the right stars, and normally I would not suggest someone flying on a full moon in Aquarius, but she made it. She's safe, and that's the main thing. So, as long as you purchase those airline tickets in the right stars, you will be fine, okay? Simply just following the jurisdiction and the fluctuations of the moon. They're universal laws. Now, the positive side of Aquarius is going to be all about groups, friends, friendships, clubs, unions. It rules humanitarian issues, brotherly love, community, group events, stargazing, rebellion, science, radical changes, technology, and freedom. Now, however, Aquarius full moons also represent surprising and even shocking develops to manifest. Starting today and these next 2 weeks, the news should get very interesting. Now, the zodiac signs that will feel this energy the most will be Aquarius, of course, but also Libra and Gemini. And any of you out there, souls born with an Aquarius rising or ascendant, excuse me, a moon, a dragon's head or tail, which is the north and south nodes of the moon, all in Aquarius will feel this energy shift the most. Now, some earth signs will feel this in their financial, career, and employment sector in some way. And I can raise my hand right now and say, yes, I am feeling it. Now, magical folk. The Aquarius full moon energy is perfect for spell work, dealing with creative expression, extrasensory issues, great for breaking old habits, freedom, scientific endeavors, and friendships are perfect. Hold on, I need to get a little water. Spell work for ailments of the circulatory system, the blood, the calves, and the ankles are best done now too. That's the on the astromedi aspect. That's what Aquarius rules in the body. Now, like I said, these next few weeks are going to be filled with headlines of shocking news, earthquakes, deadly weather patterns, space news, and I do believe there's more financial turmoil brewing. More radical news within the world of politics. And this is because Pluto in Capricorn is taking its final breath of a draconian rulership. This energy is slowly dying. It's going out like a lion. It's not going down without a fight. But on the positive, this full moon night, don't forget to put out your water and your crystals. I know there's some practitioners out there that believe that that is not needed, but I think otherwise. And I actually have 12 bottles that I make my moon water with, and I label them with an astrological symbol because each type of moon water can represent a different energy and a different element, and you can use that in different types of spell work. But it is a wonderful time for stargazing and any kind of astrology work, tarot readings, divination of all sorts, all blessed under these stars. So I'm wishing all of you a wonderful full moon and a blessed few weeks ahead, even though I know, hey, Kate, how are you? No, yeah, my camera is off. I'm not being, I'm not going to show myself today. I'm tired. I was on the Colorado River yesterday. It was beautiful. I'm going to share pictures. But it's just been a really hectic 48 hours for myself. And what I mean by that is, yeah, I'm feeling it too, Kate. Oh my God, am I feeling it? Geez. Um, I took off a couple of days ago and I went up to a place called Powell Lake. Um, it's on the border of Utah and Arizona. As I got there, I got this fraud alert on my phone. I tried to make a phone call and it kept saying it didn't recognize my number. And I was kind of freaking out because that shouldn't change anything, right? So I'm still dealing with it. They've left me on hold for like 45 minutes before I got on here. And then they disconnected me. And I tried to log on the computer and it won't let me log on. So there's something really weird going on. I'm trying to just take deep breaths. But anyway, it was nice going up there yesterday. It was for my daughter's birthday. And then early this morning, I had to travel all the way down to Phoenix to connect her to her flight because she went to go see friends in California. So it's just been a little stressful these last 48 hours. And I'm feeling it. But that's okay. Deep breaths, breathe. But yes, I'm off camera. I have a little thing over the thing, so it is a dark screen. And I do apologize for that, but I don't know, I'm just having a day of it. Anyway, that is your forecast. I was going to start running a few specials, and I might do that. I'll try and get back on here tomorrow and do some tarot pulls and stuff, but today it's just not going to happen. But those of you that do partake in the full moon festivities, do make your water, do put your crystals out. Aquarius full moons are shocking, sometimes. They're unpredictable. They can be radical. So just be prepared for that energy. But the positiveness to this energy is get out there and stargaze. Um, you never know what you might see in the sky. This is I call it the UFO ET energy. So you never know what you're going to see in the sky during an Aquarius moon phase, especially a full one. Um, just make the best of it. Follow those universal laws. Those of you that are in Patreon, um, you know the red and green lights. I give you the days of caution. And I am going to be running another Patreon special. So just give me some time. I'll get that up this evening. When you're gone for a few days, it just seems like everything piles up on you, and this credit card issue is like, I'm telling you, those of you that have followed me for a while, I said in one of my predictions, I said, watch out for fraud, because anytime you're in a universal dragon's tail in Scorpio, you're going to have many fraud problems, credit card fraud, bank fraud. That tail in Scorpio rules that world. Fraud, scams, cyber stalking, cyber attacks. This is where someone could tap into your bank account and liquidate it. Scary, but true. But these are the kind of stars we're dealing with. Yes, please do. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed right now, and I'm starting to have those issues you were having last week. You know what I'm saying, Kate? So I'm sitting here just going, breathe, breathe. And it's kind of funny. I had such a nice, relaxing day yesterday. I sat on a riverboat and with my feet in the water, my feet hanging over the boat, and just had the most relaxing day in the sun with my cowboy hat on, heading down. It's called Horseshoe Bend. You can go and Google that. Horseshoe Bend, and it's part of Lake Powell, but it's connected to a Navajo reservation. I had the most delightful day with my family, relaxing, meeting other people. In fact, the 15 other, there was like 15 people on the boat. And I think my family were the only Americans on the boat. Um, it was so neat to be on that boat, though, and hear all the different languages. In fact, there was a family next to us who were from Italy, and we were having a blast with them. They were just loud and laughing and having fun. I felt like I was right at home, being Italian myself. But all the different languages on the boat, you heard a British accent, then you heard the Italian, then there were a few people sitting next to me who were visiting from Puerto Rico. You could hear the Spanish, and then there was another couple, family of four at the other end, and they had an Australian accent. I mean, there were so many different accents and different languages being spoken. It was actually it was beautiful to hear. Beautiful. And we all had a great day. It was the perfect alignment of the stars. I planned it that way because I knew today would not be a good day. And I was right. So I do appreciate lighting those candles for me. I could use them. But yes, I highly recommend it. If you ever get out to Arizona, forget Phoenix, bypass all of that. If you're into nature, you got to get up into central Arizona and above. Once you hit Prescott and above, everything is more nature. It's more beautiful. There's more, not that Phoenix isn't beautiful. It's just Arizona's topography changes so drastically that, you could, for example, I just drove an hour and a half to take my daughter to the airport, and the topography changes from mountainous and rocky as you're dropping in elevation, because I'm at over 5,000 feet. And then it goes into cactus, the saguaro cactuses. So it's very interesting. But yes, if you're ever in Arizona and you love nature from central and above, Flagstaff. I was all the way up in Page, Arizona, which is on the Utah border. So it's about a 3.5 hour drive, but well worth it. And the next time I go to this resort, I stayed one night at a resort, which I thought was totally overpriced. The next time I go, I'm going to do things just a little different. And what I mean by that is, yes, I'm going to continue um, going down Horseshoe Bend, but this time I think I'm going to canoe or kayak, because you can canoe and kayak and then you can station your boats on their little beaches all over the bend. And they have like wild horses running down below through the bend, and they have bighorn sheep. And there's just all kinds of interesting wildlife and nature, and the water is so clean. I mean, you can like literally see the moss at the bottom. It's just absolutely amazing. It's just so beautiful. Um, but if I do it again, I'm going to camp. I like to camp. I can camp right near the river and then bring my canoe to Horseshoe Bend and then canoe, pack a lunch. And it's beautiful. It's nice this time of year, August, because there's not as many American tourists. Everyone's back in school and stuff. There's a lot of European tourists and a lot of not just European, but foreigners in general, not just from Europe, South America, and all over the world. I think a family, we were having dinner not last night, the night before, and we had to share a table with another family, and they were from Korea, and they were the sweetest people. I mean, just really cool. Yes, the vortex visit. Sedona, Arizona is the place to go. And I actually have a friend that lives up in Sedona, and he has his own Toltec church. Toltec is, he's native. Toltec, if you don't know what Toltec is, it's the practice of paganism before the Aztecs moved into Mexico, or whatever they call it. Pre-Aztec, let's put it that way. My understanding is Aztec is more of a colonizer term. So I'm learning things as I go along here. But I could be wrong. But a friend of mine has a Toltec church up there. And I've gone on a few expeditions with him where he'll take you out into nature to one of the vortexes a couple years ago. He did a drumming and flute circle. His name is Rogelio Rodriguez, and you can go and Google him. But yes, the vortexes there are absolutely incredible. Sedona is a little bit overrated. Uh-oh, my kitty's outside. I wonder if you can hear him. Sedona is a little overrated. I highly recommend Sedona from about September to end of April. You want to stay out of Sedona May, June, and July. It's a nightmare there. There's so many tourists, and it's just and everything's expensive. If you go to Sedona in the winter, all those tours to those vortexes are 50% off, either by Jeep or by helicopter. So wintertime is an excellent time to come if you can handle this. There is snow. It's cold there, but it's nice. So yes, if you ever get here, Kate, I will take you on a grand tour of this place, and we can go see Rogelio. Rogelio has actually been on TV. That showed the two Bellas. These Hollywood people came to he has a medicine tent of some sort, and everybody wants to be native when they're in Sedona. Yeah, well, doesn't that sound like fun to camp and canoe? I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful, and I highly recommend it, especially if you like purchasing Native American goods. Do it. Purchase them off those reservations that are around us. I'm surrounded by them because, number one, you're not culture appropriating. You're supporting their tribe by buying their oil paintings, by buying their jewelry. You're supporting their tribes. So, it's not like you're buying a dream catcher from the Hobby Lobby. You're buying it from the Navajo reservation, and it's been made with love. And if you travel on from Flagstaff up to Page, it's pretty much all Navajo country. The highway runs right through one of many reservations here in Arizona, but it runs right through the Navajo reservation, and it is very sad that this is what they're reduced to. This is their land, and the quality of life, you can just tell, is horrible. That is why I pull over at those little stands off the road and buy things from them, to support them so they can feed their family, so they can feed themselves, so they can take care of themselves. Now, the hotel we were staying at was selling native goods as well, and I refused to buy them because they didn't come from the Navajo reservation. They were knockoffs. So you really got to watch what you're buying. If you like buying native goods, just stick to buying them closer to those Indian markets, the reservations. Now, where I live, this is Yavapai Nation. Travel 100 miles up the road, it's Navajo reservation. And then to the right of me is the Hopi. I have about 3 or 4 tribes around me, which is wonderful. I'm also trying to work on, there's a program. I don't know a whole lot about it yet. I need to investigate it. But since obviously this was all native land at one time, there is a program here in Arizona where you can take your property tax if you're a homeowner, and instead of paying it to the county, you could pay it to the nation that originally lived on this land. I could give my property tax to them. Yes, Kate, that is a fantastic idea. We should do that next summer for sure. A little meetup, definitely. Let's plan on it. Okay. I think that would be fantastic. And I could show you around, I'm not too familiar with Phoenix, but I'm very familiar with Sedona and certain parts of Flagstaff. In fact, I always thought of having my own store and opening it up in Flagstaff because there aren't very many metaphysical stores around here. But that is my spiel. I'm wishing all of you a wonderful full moon and a blessed few weeks. Even though the news is going to be a bit trying for many of us. I'm going to get off of here because I have a black cat standing at my window meowing because he wants food. I'm surprised you can't hear him. But Kate, let's plan on that. Definitely. I'm hoping the economy will be a little bit better by next year. But I don't know. There's a lot of things going on economically, and once I get my notes together, I'm going to have to explain it and break it down a little more. But it is what it is. So Kate, have a blessed full moon, and all of you out there, you guys have a blessed full moon as well. Be safe, and like I said, watch your surroundings. Expect the unexpected, or as I always say, hope for the best, but expect the worst. It's my famous saying. And I will try and get back on here in the next day or two. And I am going to start running a full moon special. I mean, some Patreon specials. I just haven't had a chance to really get on here. And I have another fellow witch who's having a bit of an emergency. And I have to run a chart for her. So I'm going to do that right away as soon as I get off of this for her. I don't want to leave her hanging. So Kate, have a good one. And all of you out there, blessed full moon. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.